Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Good afternoon once again to the Lewis Basketball Network. Basketball Networks, I'm sorry. It is your boy Louis Velez, and I am back once again with another banger with yet another video. You guys know the deal, man. Make sure you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button, and you hit that notification bell to always keep receiving the latest content I truly provide. Appreciate you guys and always taking the time to watch my videos, and make sure to share this video. It'll only help the channel grow, man. Truly appreciate it. So, as you guys can see here, we are on La Jump. As you can see, there's Tracy McGrady, Scottie Pippen, and Rachel Nichols. Now, the topic is going to be talking about Klay Thompson. Is Klay Thompson an underrated defender? Now, what I'm going to say is this, ladies and gentlemen. Klay Thompson is one of the best two-way players in the history of this game, or you can even say, obviously, he's one of the best in this game today. But one of the problems that the Warriors have, that all these networks have it out for them, because according to the networks, they feel like that the Warriors players are not capable of winning any accolades, according to them, because they all play on the same team. And what's very interesting is Rachel Nichols basically said on The Jump that she voted for Klay Thompson the last 2 seasons to make an all-NBA defensive team. And my question is, if Klay Thompson can give you points and guard the best player, why is it to this point in Klay Thompson's career he has still not made an all-NBA defensive team? And what my opinion is, I think, once again, the league and all of these networks are biased against the Warriors. They can't stand that the Warriors have the team that they have, so now they're using anything credible against them. And as you're going to see in this video, Rachel Nichols basically says, as you can read, she says on The Jump that she voted for Klay Thompson for all NBA defense the past 2 seasons. But she actually did not. And we are actually going to find out who she really voted for. And in my opinion, she tried to do this to make just to look good on TV. But anyway, let's get right into this video.
Klay Thompson, got to talk about him too, because of course we know knockdown shooter. But
My apologies, guys. Sorry about that. We'll get back to that in a second. My apologies. That was not meant to happen. So as soon as this loads, we will get back to the video. Let's try again. Going to close this app.
Klay Thompson, got to talk about him too, because of course we know knockdown shooter. But in his 9 seasons, he's also made a habit of locking down some of the best scorers in the league.
Consider him one of the best two-way players in the game. So I'm extremely shocked that he's never made that team.
I was surprised too. I'm a voter. I've put him on my ballot from time to time. I mean, year in or year out. Like I was surprised to think through and realize he had never made it. I was surprised too. I'm a voter. I've put him on my ballot from time to time. I mean, year in or year out. Like I was surprised to think.
Now, if you guys noticed, the video had to rewind when she said the part where she said, I was surprised to think that and thought that he had never made the all-NBA defensive team, and that she's always voted for Klay Thompson. She's year in and year out. But what, ladies and gentlemen, what it doesn't tell you is Rachel's only been on the ballot 2 times. That was 2016-2017 season and last year, 2017-2018. But yet she voted for him year in and year out. And what this video is going to expose is the lying BS that Rachel Nichols really is for saying that she voted for Klay Thompson on an all-defensive team. But we're going to find out that is a blatant false narrative and a lie, and you will see why.
And realized he had never made it. I do think it's a little bit a symptom of playing on this Golden State super team. I'm not saying that. Right. Well, I agree. Exactly. I'm not.
Yeah. T-Mac had to check it real quick, because if Klay doesn't deserve to be on the all-defensive team just because he plays for Golden State, then that's like saying Bruce Bowen didn't deserve it because he played on the super team San Antonio Spurs. Rachel Nichols, you've been exposed. You have been exposed out here in these NBA streets. And once again, I am going to prove to you why you are looking more like an idiot, because apparently you are also part of that 3-6 Mafia, because I know you're part of that mind control and you're one of the LeBron apologists, because I know you defend him at every turn. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, the drama that Jimmy Butler was causing in the locker room with Minnesota, she found every single reason to try to defend him. And in one part, I said in one part, Jimmy Butler's right, but Jimmy Butler's brought this drama wherever he goes. It's why he got traded, okay? Let's be real. I'm not saying that Jimmy isn't wrong in terms of like the fact that the Timberwolves don't have really dogs on that basketball team that are really going to compete. But let's face it, Jimmy Butler's a diva. As good of a player as he is, and I love Jimmy Butler's game, let's be real. He is a diva. He thinks he can get whatever he wants by just opening his mouth and saying anything, and thinks that the organization is going to cater to him. Why do you think that Jimmy Butler keeps having this baggage everywhere he goes? And Rachel Nichols did everything in her power to defend him for the situation in Minnesota. Like, it wasn't just the fact that Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, let's face it, those guys have truly been pathetic, especially Wiggins. But shout out to Karl Anthony Towns because he's turned his game around, so he's played a lot better. But you don't even hear Wiggins. It's just not because he plays in Minnesota, but this dude is just too inconsistent for a number one pick. I'm not going to say that he's necessarily a bust, but he should be much better than his potential that he's shown out to be. I just question his work ethic. Just like Karl Anthony Towns, I still question it at times, even though he's more than capable of being a dominant big man.
Saying that that's why I wouldn't vote for him. I have voted for him. I'm just saying that.
Really?
Well,
You did, huh?
Exactly. I'm not saying that that's why I
You wouldn't vote for him.
I have voted for him. I'm just saying that.
According to Rachel Nichols, she has voted in and year out for Klay Thompson on her all-defensive team ballots. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, as you can read the quote, I am not saying that's why I wouldn't vote for him because I have voted for him. She tried to use that sorry-as excuse of the 5 All-Star narrative that Klay Thompson plays for the Golden State Warriors, that Golden State, he doesn't deserve to be on the all-defensive team. That's basically saying Kevin Durant nor Steph Curry deserve to be MVPs because they both play for the Golden State Warriors. Or that Kevin Durant doesn't deserve to be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year because he plays for the Golden State Warriors. He's not deserving on it because, according to the LeBron apologists, the Warriors have ruined the NBA. So none of them don't deserve jack. Well, since she's only been a voter for the past 2 seasons, verifying this statement should be fairly easy. So let's take a look at her first ballot for the 2016-2017 NBA All-Defensive Team. So, as we can see, as it scrolls down, for her first team. Now you're going to see it highlighted in red, guys. There you go. Hey, look who she put. Neither one of those guys look like Klay Thompson. Rudy Gobert, Chris Paul, Danny Green, Andre Roberson, Tony Allen, DeAndre Jordan, Patrick. Wait. No disrespect to Ricky Rubio, but you have Ricky Rubio over Klay Thompson? But you're going to sit here and say that you voted for Klay Thompson, yet none of these faces look like Klay. Unless one of these guys is wearing a costume in will the real Klay Thompson please stand up? Yep, no Klay Thompson on the ballot. Well, maybe she meant last year. So let's take a look at the ballot for the 2017-2018 All-Defensive Team for both first and second team. So maybe she made a mistake, guys. Maybe this was last year and she kind of messed up her information. So she could have made a mistake, right? Okay, here we go. Rachel Nichols. You have Anthony Davis, Al Horford, Joel Embiid, Victor Oladipo, Drew Holiday, Robert Covington, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Rudy Gobert, Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler. Now, as good of a defender as Chris Paul is, how many games did Chris Paul miss last year? Once again, will the real Klay Thompson please stand up? So basically what you're saying is, Rachel Nichols, you lied on national TV claiming that you are all for Klay Thompson and that he's such a good player and an underrated defender and that you voted for him the last 2 years, but you didn't vote for Klay Thompson. This shows how much the league is so biased against the Warriors. Wow. And I've said for years Klay Thompson deserved to be on an all-NBA defensive team. So then let me ask you this question. What has Rachel Nichols done to even deserve a record, to even deserve an opportunity to be on the ballot, to be voting? What has she done? Tell me, what has she done? And she literally lied. She chose Ricky Rubio over Klay Thompson. No disrespect to Ricky Rubio. I mean, he's not a bad defender. But Klay's one of the best defenders in the league. I mean, he has good defensive positioning. He uses his feet really well. He's in a defensive stance. He's able to shift his feet to the defender. I mean, he uses his body really well to bump players, especially in the low post. Klay is actually one of the more underrated low post defenders. And one thing that he does a lot, where guys are bigger than him in the post, he puts his hands up and he crowds them. So he shifts his body either going left or going right, depending on the position of where the player is going to move with the basketball in the post. I remember a play in the 2017 NBA Finals. It was the first possession for the Cavaliers. It was a situation when the shot clock was winding down and Kevin Love got the ball in the post. So Klay defends him and Kevin Love is backing him down, and you could clearly see that Kevin Love has a weight advantage. But what does Klay Thompson do? He stands his ground. He tried the pump fake. Klay crowds him, puts his hands up where he can't even see, and it forced Kevin Love to just throw a wild shot, and he couldn't even see the basket. And I said that it was great individual defense. So Klay Thompson used other instincts of his defense to not allow him to get abused in the paint by Kevin Love, because we know that that Klay Thompson is giving up a little bit of size and he's giving up a little bit of weight. But that didn't stop Klay Thompson from defending Kevin Love. And this was in the 2017 NBA Finals, the year that KD joined. But like I said, what has Rachel Nichols done in her career to be able to deserve to be able to get a voting ballot? And not only did she claimed on national TV that she voted for Klay Thompson, and in back-to-back years, he's not even on the ballot. I told you, the NBA will do anything to ridicule this Golden State Warriors team, man. It's pretty pathetic. I mean, it's kind of saying like, well, the Golden State don't deserve to have 4 All-Stars, go to the All-Star game in the same year. When we seen the 2015 Atlanta Hawks do it with Kyle Korver, who's only a specialist, made it. An inconsistent point guard in Jeff Teague, who made it. Paul Millsap and Al Horford. The same thing that people have used to say, oh, LeBron beat 4 All-Stars. But let's be real, guys. Kyle Korver is a specialist who made it because the Hawks were having a good year. Jeff Teague, he hasn't made the All-Star team. I think he made it one other time, if I'm not mistaken. But still, he's such an inconsistent point guard for an All-Star. Millsap and Horford, like I said, good players. Millsap looks like he's honestly kind of the more legit All-Star out of the 4. But in yesterday's NBA, those guys wouldn't be All-Stars neither. I mean, let's look at the Detroit Pistons. I mean, the team that beat the Lakers in 2004 with no All-Stars. I remember in 2006 when Tayshaun Prince got snubbed, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, and Chauncey Billups all made the All-Star team. 4 of the 5 starters on a 64-win team were in the All-Star game. And they were almost the first team to have 5 starters start in the All-Star game, while DeMarre Carroll on that 2015 Hawks team got snubbed, and he was having a solid year, but it wasn't like standout. Or how about the Los Angeles Lakers, who have 4 All-Stars in '98? Kobe, at age 19, youngest player in NBA history, not only to play in the All-Star game, but to start, which is still a record. Shaq, Nick Van Exel, and Eddie Jones, legit All-Stars. But it's like, it's always now the Warriors can't do this, this, and this, and this, and this because they all play together. That's bias. Clear bias. If LeBron played with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and LeBron James would have won MVP, it would have been okay. Or if he would have won Defensive Player of the Year, it would have been okay because he's playing with other stars, but it's okay. And this is what I'm going to say again. LeBron James won 2 MVPs while playing with 2 future Hall of Famers in Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Back-to-back years. It's okay for LeBron to do it, but now it's not okay for Kevin Durant to be an MVP. Or it's not okay for Steph Curry to be an MVP. Because the Warriors ruined the NBA because they got DeMarcus Cousins. 3 of their players are homegrown. The only 2 free agents they got were Kevin Durant and Boogie Cousins. It's truly pathetic that the La ESPN, the La FS1, the La Speak for Yourself, the La Heard, the La First Things First, they will do the La First Take. They will do or say anything to make the Warriors look bad when 3 of their players were homegrown. Yeah, you could say the bottom line is they got 5 All-Stars, but history has shown that players have won MVPs with great teams. But now the Warriors can't do it because of who they have. And this is the problem with the media and the fanboys. Like, they continuously keep moving the goalposts and putting these Warriors as like they're just the greatest thing to ever happen in the history of basketball, disrespecting those other great teams that have played before them. So what does that tell me? It's pretty simple. Nobody likes the Warriors, and they're waiting for them to crumble down. Listen, man, I'm all for seeing different teams in the playoffs, different teams in the NBA Finals. But it's like, even on teams where the stars truly deserve it, it's like now it's okay to fit a narrative for one player to deserve it over the other because your player is not winning the way that you expected him to win. That he deserves to dominate so that you can use the narrative that he's better than other players that have played before him, that he's the greatest to ever play in the game. But Klay Thompson can't make an all-defensive team, and I kept asking that question. Why hasn't he made an all-defensive team? Because he's one of the best defenders in the NBA. Other than Draymond, Klay Thompson is the best defender on the Warriors. Other than Iguodala, too. And Klay's in his prime. And to this moment, he still hasn't made an all-defensive team? So once again, I'm going to ask the question for the last time. What has Rachel Nichols done to deserve this accolade of voting on NBA all-defensive teams? Is she going to go for the MVP too? Because I bet with Giannis Antetokounmpo and James Harden, I feel she will give it to James Harden. Just saying. I feel like she would. Man, this is just buffoonery, man, from the La media. Straight up buffoonery. Man, these clowns really make it hard to be a fan of the NBA. It's ridiculous out here in these NBA streets. But once again, this is your boy Lewis, man, with another one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of Klay being snubbed and Rachel Nichols actually trying to make herself look good, but actually lied on ESPN about saying she always voted for Klay. Once again, guys, bless up, one love, peace. Thanks for watching.